we're back with the truck. And every time I've been over here, the battery has been completely dead. We can't even get the running lights to work without turning the charger on. So I don't know if I might have potentially got a bad battery. I know it had been sitting on the shelf for about 15 months. It was manufactured in May of 23, and I didn't buy it till August of 24 or late July of 24. So maybe we got a bad battery, but we're going to turn the charger back on. I got all these wires and cables that I purchased, and we're going to try to get some of those installed. One thing that I realized we haven't done a walk around to the truck. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it here. It is dark towards the back, but we saw the front of it. Here's the side. It has the stake bed on it, and it's good wood. I think my father rebuilt part of this 40 plus years ago. But there's some random stuff in the bed that we've just been storing there. But the wood on it's pretty good. The wood floor is pretty good. It is a big truck. It's pretty long. Maybe we get a little more light on the passenger side. But yeah, that's the truck. And like I said, we're gonna get the charger on and try to get a couple of these cables on. See if we can get the engine spin a little bit quicker. All right, I think I'm just gonna start here at the negative terminal. Look how corroded that is. I don't know if you can see that. And that's pretty corroded, and the insulation is falling off of it. And look at this. I believe this is the cable from the solenoid down to the starter. It looks like this has already been taped. So that looks like it's in pretty poor shape. So I got a new one of these. I got a new ground, although that doesn't look as bad. That doesn't look as bad. Got some dust in my throat. However, this is what apparently was the original style of a ground strap. So I guess I'll be replacing this with this. This looks like it's in decent shape, but we'll see. All right, Ted's in the driver's seat and he's ready to go. We'll take a look at the interior. I believe this is the original cluster gauge.
Does it look?
80 mile per hour speedometer. I know the smaller trucks have a 100 mile per hour speedometer. I think the larger ones only have a 60, but this one's right in the middle. Has a pressure gauge. The temperature still looks like it's running on hot, so that was a common problem with this back when it was running. It would overheat all the time, but all right, come on down, Ted. Okay, another problem is all these wires are brittle and ancient, and I'm afraid they're probably gonna have to be replaced too, which is fine, but I wasn't planning on doing that right now. I don't have those purchased yet, but we're just gonna start with this and see if we can get the engine turning quicker. All right, so I took this negative battery cable off, and it's even split worse than I thought. Look at that. It's all corroded and the copper's all tarnished. So we're gonna put a new one on. Got a new one. It appears to be the same gauge. Hopefully it'll work. It's significantly longer than the old one, but I think it'll work. So we'll get that put on. Like I said, these other wires here, I'm not really sure what all those go to, but they're in pretty poor shape, so they're gonna have to be replaced too if they're essential to getting this thing running. I got the new negative cable connected. from here to here. And I checked it. It seems to still be in circuit. The lights come on at least now. I've got the charger on it. So next is going to be this solenoid cable right here. This goes from the solenoid, which is right here, all the way down to the starter, which is underneath the engine, which that's going to be interesting crawling underneath this thing. Another thing that I did get as part of this kit I ordered, there is a ground from the engine to the firewall. And look at how destroyed that is. That looks like it might be the original one, because it is kind of this braided steel. So I did get that. We're going to replace that as well. We're going to replace this positive line as well. But let's do this starter, the solenoid to the starter first. That looks pretty poor. All right, here we are. We're going to try this. We're going to see how dirty I get. See how much junk I get in my eyes. I probably put my sunglasses on. The starter's way back there. I might have to come at it from the side. But luckily there's quite a bit of room under here, so. Yeah, probably have to come at this from the side. I don't even know where the, oh, it goes right here. I'll try it from right here. I'd assume that the socket would be the same size as the one at the top. Well, it is. That was fairly easy to turn. Okay, it looks like there's a washer on this as well. There was one at the top, which took that off. Get this washer off. Nut and washer, then cable. Okay. Looks like this thing's just gonna fall right out. Yep, it did. All right, here's the solenoid cable. Between the solenoid to the starter. It looks like somebody just wrapped this with electrical tape, and there's probably some insulation under it, but like I said, this was in pretty poor shape. Luckily I got another one. The new one I got seems to be longer than this one, but it should work. So we'll get that put on. Okay, I got the starter cable in. It took a little bit of wiggling around to get that in there, but it's on. Hopefully it is attached correctly. So that goes all the way down there to the starter. I know it's gonna be hard to see, but we're gonna check it again, see what we got.